Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dustin.
Hi guys, I'm Chandra.
It's 7 p.m. on a Tuesday. I told you I'd see you next Tuesday. It's Tuesday. How are y'all feeling? Jason is here.
Well, hello.
She made it back on time from Goodwill. I wasn't sure she was gonna.
I planned it to be on time.
Did
not
you?
be at Goodwill for an eternity.
Mm-hmm. So what's happening, everybody? Jason, my buddy, is in the house.
Cat in the garage yowling.
Yeah, that's fine. He can just yowl for a while.
What happens when you try to run out of the house and get yourself stuck before the garage door closes?
That's right.
No.
So the title of tonight's live is I've Been Dashing. I'm always dashing, though. And
is that what you call it?
At least not homeless yet. We've got the warden is in the house.
Nice. She's making dinner.
And she's ear hustling. Jackie, I've been missing you so much.
Anywho, I was at Goodwill. I had a good time at Goodwill. I found some things that I'm always on the lookout for, which made me very happy. I also bought some stuff for myself because inevitably when I'm feeling stressed about money, I go shop. Tell me how that makes sense. Does anybody else do that? When you're stressed about money, you find yourself pissing it away?
Well, let's be real here. If she didn't have a shopping addiction at Goodwill,
true,
we wouldn't be paying our mortgage.
That's true.
Or have all the extras like being able to afford to go to the Disney World.
Right.
So,
Yeah, because the stuff I buy at Goodwill, 99% of it gets sold on eBay. So that pays for a good half of our lives.
And as I said, I've been dashing. I've only made like $350 so far, give or take.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing it every day, and I'm not doing it all day. I'm only doing it for like 3 or 4 hours at a time because it comes in spurts, and I don't want to just kind of sit in a parking lot and wait for an hour for an order to come through for $5. So when they're hitting, I'm out, and then when it slows down, I just go home. So
yeah, but I mean, it's not been awful, right? I mean, you're kind of enjoying it even a little bit.
It is kind of nice because it gets me out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
It does test me because I'm around all this good smelling food and picking up stuff that I haven't thought about in a long time. I'm not a big fast food fan, so I don't really think about fast food all that much. But going inside kind of
it puts it in your face.
Right you're seeing the menu, but the prices. I mean, the prices are ridiculous. Like a meal at McDonald's is like over $10.
That's insane.
For like a Big Mac this little, a fry. They don't even supersize you anymore.
When my kids were little, I mean, I felt like I could feed the family for $20. So 3 kids and 2 adults. I'm pretty sure we could eat for $20.
Not now.
No.
All right, so we've
got.
Not
that's. I mean, we don't need to go there, but
we've got. I do a lot of work at Goodwill stores in our area. I always have to check out the electronics.
So if I'm at Goodwill and I'm not there for 4 hours, I probably haven't seen everything, and I'm going to leave with FOMO. I'm going to feel like I missed something for sure. So I'm a good 4 to 5 hour Goodwill shopper on the regular.
Grandma's big hustle's in the house, and she says my stress buying go-to is always food. So at least that's something that we don't do. I do a lot of grocery shopping. I had to make a quick run to Walmart today. We needed light bulbs.
Yeah.
The entryway light bulb is gone, not out, but it's gone to
spooky.
It's like dim so much that it's spooky.
I like it.
It's like
spooky.
It's like a horror movie in there. Like
it kind of is. When was it? You were out dashing, and our son who lives with us was not home, and it was just me. And did I get home from work? I must have got home from work on Sunday night, and I was like, why is it so eerie in the entryway? I'm like, I may be getting murdered tonight. How's that going to work?
Maybe.
Anywho, so you do stress Costco shop.
Well, I have to go to Costco. It's very
Yeah,
important.
but you also go there when you're not feeling good. You enjoy Costco.
Jackie, stressed, depressed shopper, binge fast food. So, okay, so the other day I was out dashing, and one of the first orders I picked up was a McDonald's order. And so I go to the address that's on the app, and there was a kid outside. He was like doing something to his car. I'm like, okay, this sounds right. I mean, because the order was literally 3 chocolate chip cookies and a vanilla shake.
Yep.
And so I go up to hand it to him, and he goes, "What's this?" That's not what you want to hear when you're bringing food up to an address. I'm like, "Hey, DoorDash, it's for so and so. Is there anybody else at the house?" He goes, "No, my mom's here." And he calls his mom, and she comes outside. "No, that's not for us." So I just set it back in the car because I don't know what to do really. And I had another order I had to deliver because I had stacked my orders. So I was delivering another order, and I got more orders. So I went and picked those up. And by the time they contacted me that the address was corrected, I mean, it had been like 2 or 3 orders. So there was nothing really to do, I guess. I mean, maybe there's something I was supposed to do. There's not a lot of instructions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, their welcome thing was sent me a bag
Yeah.
and like a credit card that I haven't activated yet.
Right.
But
It's
it's like a dash card. It's
Yeah.
like sometimes you have to use that to pay for food.
it's weird.
Yeah, I don't understand why, but yeah. So I brought her the chocolate chip cookies, and I don't know who drank the vanilla shake, but it was probably somebody.
So remember how I said last week how when we're fat, we have to be fat together? He needed me to be fat with him. All right, Thor, come on over, say hi. This is Thor. He is finally introducing himself to all of you. Here, come say hi. Don't be a butt. Don't scratch me. Hi, guys. Hi. You a turd. You are a turd, aren't you?
He's a good kitten.
He's
sorta.
the best. Well, he's not the best. Tigger's the best. He's the second best of all the cats. Tigger eats mice. That's why he's the best.
So Grandma's Big Hustle says that she's been dashing since February, but it's been super slow during the summer here, probably because of the heat
hot
in Florida. Ugh.
That sounds awful. Yeah. So I took my older 2 kids to Disney World when they were little. They were 5 and 2 at the time, and it was July in Florida, and I was pregnant. Was I pregnant? No, I wasn't pregnant.
Not yet anymore.
They were 5 and 2 or 4 and 2, either or. Well, it had to have been 5 because her birthday's in June.
She was there with another man.
5 and 2 with my ex-husband. It was hot, like so hot, where you feel like you're just gonna vomit. It's so hot outside. I couldn't imagine being. And Indiana gets hot in the summer like that too, but it's just worse in Florida because it's like you're at the beach, but you're already wet and you haven't even been in the ocean. It doesn't feel good. It's bad. And the water in the ocean doesn't even cool you off because it's 100 freaking degrees. I know. I'll go get this stupid beeping.
I'm going to uninstall that dang thing.
He keeps saying it, yet it's not happened. I'll be back.
I don't want you to beat me up because I take it off the wall.
Well, I like that it beeps when the windows and doors.
But it beeps all the time.
It keeps you on your toes.
I don't want to be on my toes.
I want you to be on your toes.
Shelly says that she stress buys Halloween decor, aka year round.
I do that too. We always have a Halloween house. I have a perpetual like Halloween display in my kitchen. I want to put it elsewhere, but we just don't really have places to display things, and I don't dust. So I figure the cobwebs just add ambiance. Anyway, I also have like witchy signs in the front, like in the entryway, so you know like a witch lives here.
Wood carver.
Yes, I'm a wood carver. Anyway,
I don't know if any of you know what that is, but just keep.
If you ever watched Brave by Disney, it's the cartoon where the mom turns into a bear. The redheaded child goes to the wood carver, who's actually a witch, but she doesn't want anybody to know she's a witch. She tells everybody she's a wood carver.
I'm a wood carver.
Wood carver.
She's my wood carver.
So yeah, that's our one of our jokes. I'm a wood carver.
So Jackie said I should have called support, but I kind of delivered it already because there was somebody standing there and I went to hand it to him and I was like completing the order because I was at the right address. So I took a picture of it and then found out that it wasn't them.
Yeah.
So I kind of delivered it. So you learn. I've only done like 40 some orders or whatever, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
I figure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
They still gave you other orders after that.
Yeah. But it was rough the other night because they kept trying to send me to Wendy's, and I'd gone to Wendy's. They was trying to offer me like big money for late night, like $2 extra a run and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'll go and check and see what this is all about. So I go out, and I'm sitting there, and I get a run to go to Wendy's. So I go to Wendy's to find out that they were out of burgers, Frosties, fries, Coke, and a couple of other things, right? So they basically had nothing.
So they should have closed.
They should have closed, but they did not. And so I'm sitting there dealing with customer service of DoorDash saying they have nothing. And then I kept getting more and more Wendy's orders, which I just kind of didn't decline them. I just let them time out. And then I got an order to go to Speedway gas station and run that to a hotel. And by that time I was like, this is not worth the time or the money because I'm not really getting paid well enough for this. So I went home, which was basically the best thing I could have done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had a good time. What?
Just
You're giving more away than me,
no,
okay?
Go to the next thing. You have a loud mouth. What's it say?
We're married.
That doesn't matter. Nobody wants to hear your business.
I'm bragging. Anyway, I got a few little Halloween decorations the other day at the Dollar Tree. They are thick wood cutouts. One, oh yeah, vampire ashes, and the other says mermaid tears. Maybe we didn't see those.
So I didn't see those. So I bought the black cat face that said welcome from the Dollar Tree to put out front. And I painted on it, not welcome. And while it was drying, I sat it out in the garage on top of the car because that way I know nobody would touch it. Somebody took the car and went out and did stuff and has no idea where the signs are. None. They're just gone. They've disappeared.
What do you want from me? I didn't even know they were up there.
I told you they were there.
That was, you know how it was not in the calendar. I don't know anything.
I know. You're just here because you're pretty.
That's right. I'm dashing.
Yeah. So I don't know where the signs are, but they're not in the garage.
They're not in the neighborhood. They're not.
Not in the neighborhood. They're somewhere. They may even still be on the roof, maybe just further up, but I don't hear them when I drive.
Yeah, I haven't heard them like scratching. We've been on the interstate, so.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I hope they didn't hurt anybody when they flew off the car.
I didn't hear anybody go, ow. So yesterday I put a post up on the Facebook, as you do sometimes, about looking for sriracha. So I had made a post, like a YouTube reel or YouTube short, whatever it's called, right?
The small video.
Yeah, the video.
Right.
And showed sriracha being $19.99 a bottle. So yesterday I had to drop off some packages to one of the post offices that we frequent. And the lady behind the counter goes, "Where did you see those srirachas for $19.99? And I'm like, oh, that was Cincinnati. We went to, Jungle Gyms. And she's been looking for some. She's tried a whole bunch of them and doesn't like it and just throws them away because
that's like me with the flavorings I try.
Oh, with my coffee. Yeah. I finally found a Mateo one that she likes. That's okay. But it took like a week and a half to get delivered by FedEx.
It's tolerable. I think I may need to buy more.
So then I put the Facebook post out, and I guess we have international markets here, and they have them for like $8.99 a bottle. So
yeah, our neighbor across the street commented on the post and was like, "Oh, we found it there for like $9." So you're gonna have to take a trip.
Take a little trip with me.
Anyway,
that's Jackie. She's gonna be doing take a little trip. Are you riding with me, or are we driving separate Saturday? I don't know anything what's going on. Anyway,
it's Saturday.
Saturday is the meetup.
Meetup. Okay.
Yeah, the meetup in Westfield. Yeah.
North Place.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna put meat in our mouth, aren't we, Jackie?
You're such a dork. Anyway.
5 minutes out after he finally hit 45 miles an hour. You got to get far away from where we live to hit 45 miles an hour because
Only if he's driving, I can hit 45 miles an hour just outside of the neighborhood. Once I clear the neighborhood streets, I'm free to do what I want.
she's a danger to society, I'm telling you.
Maybe.
Yeah. So 24 CIF fan says, family needed nurses recently. We have great respect for what they need to know, understand, and do.
Well, I appreciate that. That's it takes a lot to get it and to maintain it and to know what you're doing when you're doing it. And it takes a lot of humility to admit when you don't know something and go grab a friend who does. So this weekend at work wasn't bad though. It was, I did have a patient self-extubate. That was fun.
Okay, explain that for the people in the back. I'm in the back.
Okay. So on the ICU, the majority of the patients are intubated. That means that they have a tube down their throat that is pumping oxygen and pressure to their lungs so they can breathe. It is considered life support. When somebody says that they don't want to go on life support, the majority of people are thinking that that's what it is. It is a machine that breathes for you, essentially. There's caveats to it, but regardless. When somebody is intubated, they are typically sedated, which means medications that make you sleepy. And sometimes, depending on how bad their situation is, they can even be paralyzed. We give medications that paralyze patients. Now, that's sort of a last ditch effort for most patients. We try not to paralyze if we can avoid it. But when they're about ready to come off of the ventilator, you start weaning down their sedation because they need to be awake for you to take the tube out. If they're not awake and you take the tube out, guess what? You haven't fixed the problem. They're still not going to be able to breathe. So turning down sedation on a patient, get them to just about to shut everything off. And you hear, what? Yeah, from down the hallway and go for a jog. And the patient slid down the bed and just yanked that puppy right out. And it sounds brutal, but when a patient is ventilated and sedated, their hands are tied with restraints because it is a natural reaction to reach up and pull the tube out. That's just a normal reaction because it feels like it's inhibiting your airway. Even though it's helping you to breathe, it feels like it's making it harder. So anywho, the patient scooted their butt down in the bed and yanked it right out, and it was stuck in their mouth.
Would you say it was a yeet sound?
No, it was a
Anyway.
Anywho,
all right.
So that was my
all right, easy there. Weekend. Easy. Simmer down, Dorian Gray. Anyway. Jen Delaney's in the house.
Hi, Jen.
We love her. She's great. She went where few people have gone before and hugged you.
She did hug me. I didn't even shudder. I've been training myself not to do that because I've gotten bad reactions before where people ask me if I'm okay, or they're like, "Are you feeling sick?" No, I'm okay. I just give me a sec. Let me get in my mindset.
Either way, I'm picking up Jen, I imagine. I'm going to give Jen a ride.
Okay.
So Saturday, you would probably take the car. I don't want her to try to get low into the car.
You know, should have got a low.
I mean,
anyway.
It'd be awkward.
You know? You can take the car. I'll take the car and you take the truck.
Oops. He says, "Hey, yo."
Hi, Heath.
Heath is the man. I'm not sure what talk I walked into.
I was talking about a patient that self-extubated over the weekend. That was my weekend.
So here's a brief synopsis of what happens. On her way home from work, she calls me. I talk to her all the way home. It's about a half-hour drive. She tells me all about her day, all about these patients, and I
HIPAA compliant though. No names, no birth
Right.
dates, no room numbers, none of that mess.
Right. Basically just high level stuff. And I have to ask her, like, sometimes I'll be like, well, what does that mean? Even though I don't really want to know the answer. Because I mean, I want to know what she's talking about, but this new job, it's way more sad. So I've got to let it just kind of go in and then out because otherwise I'll be sad.
Yeah, it's on the ICU. There is rarely a weekend that goes by that at least one patient on the floor dies. So at least one patient on the floor dies every weekend. That's just kind of how it goes. If it doesn't, it's kind of a miracle. And that's just the nature of the beast working in ICU. I mean, there was a very quick code this weekend that resolved, and the patient was still alive thereafter. That was pretty amazing. So that is not always the case with a code. So
Jen said she would rather watch our live than edit her newest video. So, okay, I've been having issues trying to get content made. So I went upstairs yesterday to make more content, and I've been trying to get my GoPro to work. So I record most of my content with my GoPro. Now, I can get it to work in one fashion, but it doesn't really give me the ability to do what I want to do because I can plug the USB-C cable into it and it will power up and will record.
mm-hmm.
But if I put it into the media mod cage, which allows me to then plug stuff into it, and then also like both a power cable, it will allow me to plug in like a 3.5 millimeter jack for a microphone, so I can record higher quality audio than the top mount mic that's on the camera itself. It doesn't work. So it doesn't power it on, doesn't turn on, nothing. So I've been having so much difficulty. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've got other ways to do it. I just gotta finagle it, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's like
it's just not in the cards right now to replace the GoPro. That's really the thing.
Because if we replace the camera, I don't want another GoPro. So I did send you that link today. Did you look at it?
No.
So the camera that I want is $900.
Yeah. No.
When a problem comes along, you much. Anyway.
No. Just no.
Anyway, I've got a story to tell. You're going to listen.
Nobody wants to hear that.
So it's $900, but there's an eBay listing for an open box one. They want like $650 for it for buy it now.
No.
And it's like, or it's like you can bid on it for like $400. It's like 6 days left. So I was like, well, I would just buy it now. But that's where my head's at. I'm a shopper. I'm a looker of deals. Yeah. And she's a crusher of dreams.
I am a hoarder of the money, and I'll be damned. We are not spending almost $1,000 on a camera.
It'll be more than $1,000.
What can that camera do?
Everything I need it to do right now.
That cannot do everything I need it to do if I'm paying $1,000 for it.
It's cheaper than the $3,000 camera that I really want.
No.
She doesn't understand electronics. She would be churning butter to make videos. That's where she's at. She'd be like, churn the butter,
if
churn
it
the
works,
butter.
I'll get you a hamster wheel and a hamster to go along with it.
It's not the power, Sharon. It's not the power issue, Sharon. It's the camera is broken. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. So the answer would be no. Oh, I do that all the time. Yeah. No, I know English, but half the time I can't figure out what word I'm trying to say.
I can't swipe or do them. If I'm typing with my phone or typing, you're lucky that it's comprehensible at all.
My favorite, though, is when autocorrect turns it into ducking.
Mine gave up on that a long time ago.
I cannot. It is, and I know everybody's heard it, but it is never ducking. I never once ducked. It is not ducking. Anyway.
She asked me one time about my, what I was going to go do to get with my duck, but, different vowel replacement. But anyway. So she says, I've got to get 2 new air mattresses for KPL weekend. My kid's using it while his carpet was drying, and he thought it was a good idea to put a cat on it and then turn on the pump.
Nice.
I'm sure you can guess what happened.
Don't we have an air mattress? Didn't we buy an air mattress? Do the kids have it? I thought we bought one for a particular reason, and now I don't know why. Didn't we buy one of the times when we were in Florida?
Alabama.
Or one somewhere? I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't know. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because I haven't seen it.
Well, we have an invisible air mattress somewhere. Pretty nifty. Never one time. Never.
I mean, sometimes 4 letters are really close.
And
they just changed the vowel instead of the consonant.
Well.
And then the other one, you just changed the other consonant.
Anyway.
I'm confusing her with words.
He's just making it up. Exactly. Ducked.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been ducked.
Duck, duck, your goose.
It's ducked up. Anywho.
Funny story, Roadhouse is probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
How's that funny?
What do you mean funny?
You said funny story. I said that's not funny.
All right. You're not allowed to be on these chats anymore.
I feel like the moderators need to be here hitting us with wrenches.
That's what they're there for. I think everybody's a moderator in here right now.
Nice. Well,
if Jen's not a moderator, I'll hook you up in a little bit.
Y'all gotta moderate us.
I thought you'd be bigger.
We're misbehaving.
Huh? I thought you'd be bigger.
What?
It's a line from Roadhouse.
Oh.
I need you to pay attention.
I watched the movie, but I was probably, I don't know.
It's one of the greatest cinema masterpieces of all time.
No, that was TMNT. And we did watch that.
That was so good too.
That was really good.
The second one's really good just for the one line, a little too rap.
I like more, I don't know. I like more spooky movies. Not scary. Spooky.
Well, the first TMNT was actually far more spooky and dark.
It's not spooky.
Would you let me finish, Sharon?
I hear you.
Yeah. Y'all know the Sharon story.
Yes, they know.
Sharon.
Anyway, so but my all-time favorite movie is National Lampoon's
That's
Christmas
my
Vacation.
thing, Heath. I always forget stuff.
Oh.
It was Lowe's last week. But anyway, thank you for stopping by.
Thanks
we'll see
for
you.
coming by. Hope you get everything you need this time.
Or just move in.
Write a list. Forget it at home.
You going to HEB?
We do that all the time. Anywho, so yeah, all-time favorite movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I can watch it summertime, wintertime, daytime, nighttime, all the time. It can constantly
just
play
not
on
Halloween time.
That's true. It can't play in the Halloween time. And Halloween time starts in August.
Mm-hmm.
So, it could run on a loop. I would never get tired of that movie. And I'm not even a huge Chevy Chase fan, but that movie it slaps.
No cat, for real.
Oh God. Anyway, it slaps. It is the movie. I love that movie.
Is it the movie, the very best movie, the best movie for you and me?
Yes.
All right.
Shitter's full. Honestly, I would get that tattooed on my body.
Well, the good thing about that movie is one of those movies that I saw with my mom in theaters.
Yeah.
So I always have that memory. Was that movie with her and Kindergarten Cop? But my mom used to just drop us off at the movies, my brother and I.
Yeah.
She would just drop us off at the movies and didn't care. We'd go see rated R movies. But it didn't matter to her. She'd rent movies all the time. So,
Yeah.
Good evening, Sharon Holloway. I guess I can't call you Sharon while Sharon's here.
I guess not.
Because that's not in her favor.
Yeah.
That you're being a Sharon. She doesn't even know what that means, but we'll leave it to that.
Anywho. No, I haven't. I don't really. So I like spooky. adjacent, like not actual scary movies.
Like QB Halloween.
No, that was not that great, but I'll probably watch it again.
No, we're talking Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus, The Craft,
Beetlejuice.
Practical Magic, Beetlejuice,
family friendly or
Lost Boys,
or family friendly adjacent movies.
Right. The Lost Boys, Interview with a Vampire, Vampire in Brooklyn. I like
There's been a bunch of cool movies.
An American Werewolf in Paris. And I don't know why I like the In Paris one because I'm pretty sure they just did an American Werewolf, but I didn't like that one. And then let's see. Oh, all the Scream movies. Well, the first 3. Anything more than that's just obsessive. Too much.
Just the first.
I do like the initial Halloween, like the one with Jamie Lee Curtis from back in the day. Nightmare on Elm Street #3, only because that's the first one I watched and I liked it. And then like just the like kiddish stuff. And I watch Harry Potter as if it's Halloween and Christmas. So I watch it both times because it snows.
Just the first 2.
I like all of them.
The other ones are crap.
I'll watch them all.
If you like the books, the other 5 movies are crap.
Yeah. Anywho.
Anyway,
I watch them all. I like all
whatever.
of those. I try to watch spooky movies, but they really do a number on my brain hole. I'm not good.
I've never watched The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
I like the cartoon one. I think Jim Carrey is absolutely terrifying in that green makeup. And I don't mean like kind of weird looking. I mean, no, the dude looks creepy. I can't watch it. It's no. Can't do it. That would be a Halloween terror movie for me. I just don't like it.
I like the old school horror movies. I love I went through one year and rewatched all the Jason movies. The old ones, like the ones from the 80s, like up to like 89 and whatnot. I like the Nightmare on Elm Street movies because they're funny. Like
they are now, but when I was a kid, they were terrifying.
Yeah, because I don't think you really like the humor didn't come through, right? I remember one time we were in the movie theater watching the remake of Friday the 13th, the remake.
Ooh, and I like from Dusk Till Dawn. Sorry, go ahead.
She just likes the guy playing a dead body like a guitar.
Okay. So I watched that. I think it was in the movie theater. It was either in the movie theater with a group of people like that. I kind of ish knew, but kind of maybe didn't. Anyway, whatever. So watching this movie, I think it was in the theater. It had to be in the theater, regardless. Watching From Dusk Till Dawn. Okay. And the whole movie's like vampires in the middle of the desert. They own a bar. They're going to eat everybody. Okay. Anywho, so in the middle of it, the dude is playing a dead body as a guitar, and I start laughing hysterically. And all the people around me are like, "What is wrong with you? You are sick." And I'm just like, that is hilarious. How can you not think it's got a guitar that's a dead body? Come on.
Oh, that's like me when we went to go see we went to go see the remake of Friday the 13th, right? And I don't know, I don't remember exactly what it was about the movie, but I was laughing hysterically like the whole time because I'm such a huge fan of the old movies, and there was always these creative, like funny ways that he would off people, right? So there was like one he used like a party favor and shoved it in his eye and stuff, and it was just like hilarious. And like I remember I was dying laughing, and Chris looks over and goes, "What is wrong with you?"
We're both just a little sick.
We got to talk about the leapover.
The leapover. The leapover was good. She wanted to leap on the floor, so she did.
And her leaping bag. She's got a frozen leaping bag.
Yes. So Ma decided that if she wants this to be more regular, Ma will buy her a bed. So I got on Amazon and I got a twin frame and a twin mattress coming, and it was super cheap. But I'm excited for her to have more leapovers. And she was actually really well behaved. Our youngest son came over after he got off work. So we were up super late for the leapover. I mean, he didn't get here until 1?
Something like that. Yeah.
And he came with our extra son. So, all our boys were here, and she got to hang out with the boys, and we had a good time. And then she got real tired and kind of whiny because it was super late. And that's our fault. We shouldn't have kept her up that late, but she had a good time. We don't all get to spend a lot of time together anymore now that they're all moved out and I work all the weekends. So it was a fun time. And then she leaped in her leaping bag and
All
she
night.
leaped all night without getting up or, getting into anything, which was pretty amazing. So
Until it was morning day.
yes, and then it was morning day. And then she was a little bit ornery, but that was expected because she did stay up so late. But she was pretty good. Ma was a little bit ornery because Ma stayed up so late. That was also expected. But I tried really hard to not wear my mean pants. Really, really hard to not wear my mean pants.
I have to kind of remind you of that sometime.
When I'm tired, I am not a friendly person. When I don't have coffee, I am not a friendly person. And so, I do my best to not be a mean person to my sweetest, favoritist, most wonderful thing on this planet. So when she's here, I try not to wear my mean pants. Everybody else can kind of deal with it, but not her. I try.
So today we were hanging out and she's got a princess scooter. It's like 2 wheels in the front and 1 wheel in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And I did adjust it because I've made it a little taller.
Yeah, she's gotten bigger.
Yeah. So like yesterday we went out with it and she was like having a lot of difficulties with it. So, but today she got a grocery bag and she put a water bottle in it and a bunch of snacks.
Did you see what her snacks were?
She asked
me to pack it for her.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. Do you know what it was?
There were like some suckers without sticks. They were like these smart, sweet suckers with no sticks.
Yeah.
And there was some pistachios.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't see if there was anything else.
That was it. And then toys.
And I was like, she's like, can you open this? And I'm like trying to figure out did you take the sticks out?
No, they were broken off. There were no sticks. And I was like, well, here, just put them in your bag. So I didn't know she was going to take them cycling around the neighborhood.
And so she takes them and she takes the bag, the holes of the bag and puts them on this side and this side. And it just dangles in the middle. And she's just off zooming. And I'm like trying to keep up with her. She's just having a good time. And she was just floating along. And we did it around. So when you get to like on a block, and then when we get around the back of our block, there's a park. It's a small, kind of sad park. And so we played there for a while. We looked at the gross pool since the pool's closed for the season. It looks like a witch's cauldron.
Yeah.
Wood carver. And there's like a little retention pond back there with a fountain and stuff. And so we played at the park and then we finished our rotation. And then we came in the house to cool off because she was warm. Oh, and when we got at the very end over there, she goes, I need to run. So she goes running through the field, like about 100 yards back down and then back. And then she's like, okay. And she's like, I need it. And then we get out there and she goes, hold this. I've got a
bag of snacks.
No, the whole thing, the trike and the bag of snacks. She had to get out her energy. She went running up the sidewalk and then back, and then she finished riding. She said, okay, and she finished riding her scooter.
You could take her for a run like the dog.
Oh yeah, and then we did it again when we went back. I was like, because like when we're on the sidewalk, there's those like gas poles. I was like, could you run to that pole down there and back? And she goes, yeah. And I asked her tomorrow. I was like, so tomorrow when we come down here, can you run like from that way all the way down here where there's a tree?
Yeah.
Those trees. Can you run to the trees and back? Yeah. And I'm like, she's got little legs. But so when we came in to cool off, we were watching Bluey and she was playing with her necklaces, trying to build necklaces. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, my wrist hurts. So I was sitting there and she went off and she came back with a Ziploc bag full of ice.
Yeah.
Because on the counter, we've got an ice machine. And she gets up there with her step stool, put some ice in the Ziploc and brought it to me. Goes, here, Paul. This is for your wrist to make you feel better.
She's the best.
And then she goes, takes it from me after a little while and puts more ice in it and goes, I take care of you. I was like, oh my God.
She is the best.
And then she was like, then she told A to set a timer.
Oh yeah,
She'll go off if I say her full name, right? Everybody knows what I'm talking about. You know.
the ever listening voice.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, the government wiretap. Anyway.
She tells him to set a timer.
So we set a timer, then we go back outside and we do a rotation again, but we don't stop at the park this time. But we do stop because it's time for the big kids who were, you know, elementary school age to get off the bus. So we stopped there with all the kind of the parents and waited for the kids to get on the bus because she has a huge fascination with
The
school
bus.
buses, as kids do.
Yeah.
Let's see. Are we getting backed up again?
Oh, a little bit, I think.
Yeah, we had to remove a comment.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, I'll tell you what it said later.
Well, I wasn't paying any attention.
Cindy, you never have to be sorry for being late.
Oh, I'm glad you got out for a walk.
Yes.
My walk was in Goodwill today.
She had to go for her she had to go for her nicotine swab.
Oh, I did have to do that. So for insurance, every year the primary person on the insurance has to get a nicotine swab so that you get discounted insurance. And I don't know if any of you have ever done this before, but it is just like, it's quick, but it's like a yucky thing.
I've never had one.
So it's like they put like a foam sucker in your mouth, and it's like yay big, and it's just like a cylinder, but it's like hard, and you put it in your mouth, and you have to create enough spit to soak through the foam piece and get it to get squishy, and it tastes weird. And like it's weird. Like when it's in your mouth, you feel like you cannot make spit. It's just not a thing. You're never going to spit again in your life. Your whole mouth is dry.
Never going to spit again.
Right. You'll live in a desert. This is never going to happen. As soon as you get it wet enough to take it out of your mouth, you can't stop spitting. I feel like I have a mountain of saliva in my mouth right now. It's just all like, yeah, it's weird.
The age-old question.
Which came first, the saliva or the swab?
I'm gonna spit or swallow.
And you talking about comments needing removed.
You know what?
He needs removed.
It's dark outside, kinda.
It's not. Liar. Your pants are on fire right now.
You'd be warm.
I probably would. I wouldn't need a blanket. Anywho.
She'll watch the replay.
It's not that interesting, but go ahead. Oh.
Sana's here.
Hi, Sana. An indoor trampoline park. Oh, okay. I say that would be fun, but it would not. I've been to one of those with my kids when
I've always wanted to go, but I hurt myself.
Yeah, I have minimal sense of balance. So like jumping up and down on a trampoline really puts me in bad vertigo, and I feel like I'm going to vomit and or just fall and get really hurt. So I'm fat, and I got stuck in the foam pit. That was not fun because my children were laughing at me as I struggled to move my fat butt to the edge of the foam pit. That was almost impossible.
So you mentioned balance, and I was thinking of The Art of Balance, which is my favorite Shadows Fall record. Anyway.
Okay, random. Next.
I'm random.
Yeah, the trampoline park was fun for the children, not for the adults. I did not enjoy it.
So November 10th, I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, Cindy and Sana. I think this lovely lady and I will be on their live stream Friday, November the 10th. Okay. It'll be Friday at like 6.
Did you put it in the calendar?
I have not yet.
If you don't put it in the calendar, it doesn't happen.
That's what I was telling the boy today, because he leaves and goes and never tells us where he's going or when he's coming back.
You got to put it in the calendar to make it happen.
That's right.
My phone tells me what to do.
All right, here, hold this. It might be in the calendar, I bet.
Don't know. My phone tells me what to do, and if it's not in the calendar, it doesn't happen. Inevitably, I always double schedule myself if it's not in the calendar. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be belchy, but bubbles, soda. It's a thing.
So
set this over here.
So September, October,
November's next.
No, live with Cindy and Sana.
Okay, it is in the calendar. I'll be there.
We'll sit up right here, be comfortable. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
you'll be comfortable. I'll not be, but that's fine. I make concessions for you. It's okay.
Concession, she says. I don't see any hot dogs or like sodas or any popcorn.
The vendors are late. Okay. All right.
John Googahan's in the house.
Well, hello. Oh, I see. I started burping. Now I'm yawning. Oh.
Okay. So let me see if we can.
Pumpkin kefir cheese ice cream. Huh.
Is there going to be a video on this so we can see what it looks like?
Okay.
I kind of have an idea of what kefir is.
Kefir is like a yogurty.
I don't like yogurt.
Oh,
yogurt is gross.
I bet it would be good, but I don't really like ice cream. It would be wasted on me. You'd have to fill it full of something,
just throw
like
it
chocolate
at you,
chips. Throw it at you. What was that? You went like this.
Like I throw it on your face. Like.
You're extra animated tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, weirdo. That's cool though. I don't have a talent for making keto stuff. I make those keto cheesecake ball things. Those were pretty good, but everything else, not so good.
I was trying to see.
Did we miss something?
Well, she said something. I hear that. She said, I hear you, Jackie, but I don't see what Jackie said. Surviving at least. Okay. Yeah. 6:30 p.m. I make sure I update my counter because I mean, 6 is not that big of a deal. We can just kind of sit here and like
if we're early.
Like
that would never mind. Forget it. Words didn't happen. Whatever it was, it's gone now. There was a thought and there was supposed to be words. They're both gone.
All right. Updated 6:30 to 7:30 p.m.
Okay. Got it. Well, obviously at the time when we get to that, I hope there'll be like at least a form of a topic. He always sits me in front of a camera and says, and go. And I'm like, that's not helpful. I need a topic. Give me something.
I do that to myself on Sundays.
I could talk forever, but I don't want to talk about, or have nothing to talk about.
Where's the roof? Pew, 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 pew.
Oh, dear Lord. You are extra animated tonight. Anywho.
Yeah, so it's in Shelley's Warden Report releasing tomorrow.
Nice. Well, you can watch that and see if it's something you would like to make. I mean, ice cream is wasted on me. It truly is. I don't like it. I don't like the cold. I like the flavor and I like the creaminess, but I can't tolerate the cold. I'm cold natured naturally and I can't do it. So if I'm eating ice cream, I'm eating the stuff out of it and giving him the ice cream.
We had a nice thing going for a long time with the Kroger keto ice cream. She would eat the stuff out of it. I would get the ice cream. Then they stopped making it, which was weird because I understand like if they weren't selling enough, then it would, they would discontinue it.
They were sold out all the time.
At least in our Krogers.
Oh, and now they're no longer going to be carrying the Rebel mint chocolate chip ice cream cookies. They're like two cookies with ice cream in the middle. That I can tolerate.
It's an ice cream sandwich.
Whatever. Shut up. They're not going to be carrying it anymore. And that makes me angry because that's one thing I actually like and can tolerate. And it is cold, but I usually can struggle through it.
But they have the peanut butter ones at Walmart.
I don't want peanut butter.
I know.
I don't want it. I want chocolate chip and mint.
And like,
obviously people like it. Otherwise they wouldn't be selling them all out all the time.
Well, and the thing, like we would get a lot of stuff from Fresh Time, like keto ice creamy stuff from Fresh Time. They stopped carrying like anything. I don't even think they didn't used to carry Enlightened.
Yeah.
They had they don't even carry Rebel anymore. Walmart still carries Rebel ice cream.
But not the thing I like.
But I mean, I can get you the chocolate mint ice cream and get you 2 cookies and throw that together.
It's not the
It's
same.
not the same.
Not the same.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Well,
Yogurt is
John's uninvited from the party.
Yogurt is delicious. I really do like yogurt.
I've tried
I tried
over and over again throughout different periods of my life, thinking of that, like if any of you've seen Natural Born Killers, right? Mickey in the
add that to
movie.
the Halloween movie list.
Oh yeah. So he goes in and he's like, he sits down at the cafe thing in the diner, and they're asking if he wants some key lime pie, and he goes, I don't reckon I've ever liked key lime pie, but let's try it again to see, because I'm different than what I used to be. I'm paraphrasing, not a perfect quote of the movie, but I've tried different things throughout the course of my life, yogurt being one of them, and it always tastes foul. There's just that taste in it, that tangy, like it's not a good tang. It's not like barbecue sauce tang. It's just like a tangy, like bitter, rotten flavor.
That's why I like it, because I'm rotten on the inside.
She's not wrong.
I like yogurt.
She lets the smell out every once in a while.
I used to eat Oikos, but I actually started trying that Too Good, and that's actually really good. And it's 2 grams of carbs per serving. And if you get the little single serving ones, I like that. And I usually put Lily's chips in it, Lily's chocolate chips in it, and eat it like that.
I almost bought you some more of those today, but I wasn't sure if you had them.
I think I have a bag.
Okay.
But yogurt is yum.
It says, Kefir cheese is thicker if you filter out the whey. Do you know the whey?
I do know the whey. Little inside dumb jokes. What can I say?
Thank you.
He's here for the looks. That's the truth.
Finally, something I like about myself. No, I mean, it's a struggle. I've always had difficulties looking at myself and being like, all right. You know what I mean? But the beard helps. The bald doesn't hurt. I wish the only thing about the bald that bothers me is if I had hair, that I could do the cool, like, hipster haircuts or whatever that probably wouldn't look right on me anyway. But the fact that now that I am bald and like here and not here is like, in order to look how I want to look, I have to shave my head every other day.
Yeah.
And it takes about 10 minutes in the shower.
Yeah.
Because I've got to go over it twice. I go over it this way, and then I go back over it this way.
Yeah. Well, I look in the mirror and this is what it is. Meh.
So DoorDash there's 2 methods of payment with DoorDash. So when you pick up an order or they offer you an order, it'll give you a number that's their fees, because DoorDash pays you, and there's also a tip wrapped up in that as well.
Yeah.
So, and then it'll show you, like, realistically, you shouldn't be taking an order that's less than $2.50 a mile. But around here, that's really difficult. Like, the best order I've ever got for mileage per money was order to go to Speedway gas station, grab 2 bags, and then take it up the street to a hotel.
Yeah.
And that was like less than $6, but it was less. It was like $5.80 or something like that. But it was like not even a mile.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that comes in right about, because then you got to take the mile back.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know it'll be fine, but I'm still going to be upset about it. They keep taking away all the things that I like. Very frustrating.
And I went to Walmart the other day. She likes this one brand of hairspray, and
they're no longer carrying it.
Yeah.
Telling you, this has been my life for as long as I can remember.
But I mean, and now we just kind of have to figure out. So
to be fair, it's Aquanet, and I've been using it since I was like in the 80s when my sisters had hair like this. I
can still see your sister.
One of these days, I will find the picture. I have a prom picture of both of them, Nikki and Michelle, with this hair. Like,
I still remember getting on the bus.
Oh.
I remember getting on the school bus in elementary school, and there were these 2 girls, and they were huge Guns N' Roses fans. We're talking like 86, 87, right? And I get in and like they're both wearing the GNR head, the bandanas, and they were arguing back and forth of which hair was teased higher. I'll never forget that as long as I'm like in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say alive because sometimes you're here, but no.
Yeah. It's I remember the state fair hair. Well, so maybe one of these days, but fundage is an issue.
Hopefully for Christmas we'll get one. I've seen them on the Ninja website for $200 out of stock, but they come with 5 pints. So 5 pint things for $200. So that seems to be the best price right now. Amazon doesn't give you a deal. They want like $280 and Walmart's about the same.
I think that this year, because we're paying for Disney, that everything else is on hold.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that is a lot. That is a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money that I'm just not going to have to put toward other things. You know, but the good thing is that the dashing seems to be going okay, so that at least will help offset.
So Jackie says DoorDash pays about $2 an order, then customers are supposed to tip on top of that. I can tell you the orders that don't tip sit for quite a while. Yeah, I mean, I will go. So about $2 an order. I get offers quite a bit to go pick up Pizza Hut, and they want to give me $2.50 for the entire run. So that's like the DoorDash money and the tip, and I'm like, that's not even worth looking at.
And we asked our boys. So Hunter and Solomon are young, right? So they're 19 and 21, right?
Yeah.
And they are, you know, they're typical boys. They don't want to cook. They don't want to go to the grocery store. They're going to ravage the house, and whatever they can't find, they're going to DoorDash, right? And we asked them, what do you normally pay for a tip at DoorDash? And Saul goes, $10 is fair. I always tip $10. I told him to go where they live and get their tips.
Yeah.
To have them pay you the $10. Go get them what they need.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy to think that 2 kids and their, 19 and 21-year-olds have the wherewithal to understand that a $10 tip makes sense and a less than $2 tip doesn't.
I've got it. I mean, there's been times, and I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but I mean, it is kind of frustrating when you get an offer and you are, because I'm still new. So I have to kind of take more offers than I can decline because I have to build up a percentage of accepted orders. So the more orders you take, the more accepted orders you take, the better your percentage, the more accurate you are with your orders, the more larger,
the more business you get and the more money they pay you.
The higher you are in the queue to get orders that pay more. And they tell me, like, you're in the blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, $6 to drive across town isn't going to cut it.
Yeah.
Because I picked up orders from like a town over from us to go 2 towns from that.
Yeah.
And back. So it's like 40 minutes, like 20 plus minutes from the restaurant to their house. And then another 20 plus minutes back.
Well, and the thing is like, okay, we both waited tables as kids.
I didn't wait tables, but I worked at
You worked at Steak and Shake. I waited tables as a kid. And you get people who don't tip and they don't think they need to, or they don't think they have to, or whatever. You have to figure like that's somebody's livelihood. You're paying their rent. You're helping them out. And if you're getting something like DoorDash, you're asking somebody to leave their house, get in their car, drive to the food you want, go in and get it, go back in their car, drive to your place, get out of their car and bring it to you. Something you were not willing to do yourself. So you should be compensating that person for that because they're not really making anything additional other than what you're tipping.
Oh, I had a conversation with Jackson the other day. So I had been taking our middle boy out to the bars. He's 23 years old. So I will drive him there to save money on Ubering and all that and make sure he gets there safe.
Right.
And I was telling him I was like, okay, if you go to the bar, if you can't afford to tip $1 a drink at the bar, you can't afford to go to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, that's just perpetuating, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, they're making like $2 an hour or whatever. I mean, I don't know exactly what
I'm
bartenders make.
sure it's different now than when we were younger, but they do rely on the
And
tips. And they typically have to tip share, which means they're paying the bouncers some money, they're paying the DJ
dishwasher.
some
Well,
money,
like there's
the dishwasher.
well, it depends on what kind of bar you're going to. But I know like the bar, I always like dive bars. So there's like kitchen staff, they're
Right.
cooking and running food, and then there's all the the bartenders. All the tips go into a big tip jar, and then they divide it out at the night. But I mean, if you're drinking and like if you're going out, especially nowadays, drinks at bars are $7-8 a piece.
Right.
That's just for like a shot or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone out and had a couple of drinks here and there over the last couple of years, not very often, but yeah. I mean, I used to love going out, when I was single. I mean, how are you going to meet people? Go out, have a good time, but we told him, it was like, if you can't afford to tip at least $1 nowadays, you probably should be tipping $2
a drink.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, and I explained, like, oh, I guess you're right.
Well, it's like when you go somewhere and like, now, mind you, some expensive restaurants actually do pay their wait staff. But a lot of the less expensive restaurants like Steak and Shake and Denny's and stuff like that, Cracker Barrel and whatnot, they're paying less than minimum wage because they expect the waiter or waitress to make enough tips to make up the difference in what they're not being paid. So every food item you order, that person is getting taxed on what you choose to order. So if you get a $50 meal, they're getting charged on that $50 meal taxes. And then if you get a $10 meal, they're getting charged taxes on that $10 meal. And in order for them to make up the difference and in what they're earning, that's what the tips are for, because the companies aren't paying them well enough. Now, whatever, say what you want, take your business wherever, but if you go and eat at those places and you're not tipping the wait staff, you're essentially saying, well, your employer doesn't value you and neither do I.
Right.
Anywho, sorry, lecture on
so
waiting
Cindy's
tables.
asking Sana when she's going to jump on the bandwagon
To get a creamy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jackie. Jackie's my best friend. She doesn't know it. She probably doesn't even care for me very much, but it's whatever.
My best friend is 5.
Yeah, me too, kind of. I want a creamy so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I need a camera, a creamy. There's like this rolling like suitcase luggage thing that's protective that I'm gonna build out. So if I go places, I can take my computer and cameras and everything with me. I want one of those big blend jets,
And you want new phones.
I need a new phone. Having a phone that I have to restart every few orders on DoorDash is a pain in my ass. And it doesn't play stuff through, like when I plug it in and it plays through the phone and not through the stereo, and everything's coming through here and I can't control it. It's very irritating.
I understand.
So plain Greek yogurt and add perfect keto flavored collagen to it. I actually have 2 flavors of the perfect keto collagen. They sent them to me to try and to make some content on. I got vanilla and strawberry. The strawberry.
Didn't we try that?
Yeah, you have. Well, we haven't done it on camera.
Oh.
Because of our camera issues. And that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I need to record this content, but I can't. So
Anywho.
So the strawberry collagen tastes like quick. It's delicious.
Oh yeah, I remember tasting that.
It's so good.
It was all right. Yeah.
And mixing it with water actually tastes better than mixing it with like a little bit of heavy cream, because like the heavy cream, when you mix it with the water, it makes it kind of foamy on top and not that great. It's not the good kind of foam. It's more like bubbly. I don't know, but yeah.
I just like yogurt.
See, yogurt consistency reminds me of like pudding, or like what's the other stuff that's like pudding? Custard. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm okay with that. It's not the consistency; it's the flavor. If they can make it taste like vanilla pudding and not yogurt, because I've tried
just eat vanilla pudding. Yes. I don't like vanilla pudding.
I would buy it if they made
clean. Sweet.
If they made clean vanilla pudding, but
they've
all got maltitol and sorbitol.
I like bitter.
Mhm.
And that's because it's like my soul. Hmm.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, you'll get to it. Well, you probably won't because you're not. Are you friends with them?
No.
No. Okay. So
No.
yeah, you'll have to actually go in and try to find it. Yeah, it was a very interesting interview. He's very new, and
The
he's
dog is growling in the background.
Yeah, the dog
I
is
don't know
growling.
why. She's in her cage. She has her blankets on. She should be quiet, but she's wanting to
she's
contribute
talking.
to the
Yeah.
conversation.
I had a lot of fun on that interview. I thought it went very well. Sometimes I think they kind of get away from me, or I seem like sometimes I think I'm overconfident, or what. I don't
Are
know.
you aloof?
Sometimes.
No.
Oh, you guys are too sweet.
One of these days I'll have to listen to it. First goal with a home laser? What kind of laser?
I don't even know what she's
What
talking
does
about.
it do?
Try one of the home lasers. Then if that works, let me know, Chandra. Use it, and then you should be your first goal for DoorDash money. I don't even know what this means.
Was she talking about when you were talking about cutting your hair?
Maybe.
Because you're like way behind on comments.
You know what?
You're slacking at your job.
I'm not that far behind.
You're pretty far behind. Ooh, that's not bad. I do love Aquanet. I can't help it.
I had to go to CVS and they were $3 a can. So
Yeah,
that's $9 for 3.
that's fine. They're kind of small though.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So I don't know. We need to find out like what's another unscented aerosol hairspray.
I don't think they make them anymore. Aerosol went out in the 90s when they started
They fixed the ozone layer. It's fine.
when the hole in the ozone layer and the no zone action days and
But that's the thing I was afraid. I was like, I don't want to deal in cash.
yeah.
I've had one person give me a cash tip to give me like $4 in cash and $2 on the app. So it was like one of the biggest tips I've had, I think. But the biggest order amount I've had is like $13 total. So whatever I got from DoorDash and what I got from the tip was like $13. That was that was probably from like Bob Evans or something, or McAllister's. They get big orders from those places. Like people order like full meals for groups of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always want.
I literally have never used DoorDash, not once.
I haven't either. I mean, I've delivered for it. We've only used Lyft twice, and that was just to get us to the airport. Well, I've used Lyft a couple of times when I was in Dallas. So I had to get around. I had to get from my buddy's house to get a rental car.
Yeah.
And then I had to get.
We're old.
Well, I mean, it's cheaper to ask a friend.
Or to just deal with it.
Yeah.
Deal without. Anywho, we are old.
A lot of people think DoorDash pays the drivers and they don't factor wear and tear. Yeah, the gas prices are what's ridiculous. Like, I mean, I try to stay in like a central area, but I got to kind of start calculating. I've been taking pictures of the odometer.
Yeah, to kind of keep track of mine.
But I only did it for one day. So I can extrapolate.
The good thing is you haven't been dashing that long.
Right.
So keeping track of your mileage thus far is not that huge of a deal. It's been a week.
Yeah.
But you can get a little notebook.
So funny thing about this, one of the first Christmases that she and I were together, she was like, make a Christmas list and send it to me. And I did. And she was like, nope.
I bought
on every single thing. She was like, no.
Okay, wait. Okay. So to be fair, there wasn't a thing on his list less than $100.
That's not true. There was a Damascus instant automatic knife that I wanted. It was $85.
That was the cheapest thing on your list.
You told me to make a list of things I wanted.
I'm not buying you that. I got you some $10 slippers, damn it.
See how much she loves me?
I did. Single mom of 3 kids.
I would literally
give you an $85 anything.
If I had the money, I would buy her the moon.
And if I had the money,
she would sell it on eBay.
I probably would. If I had the money, I would put it all in savings and pay off the mortgage, pay off my student loans. and live a quiet, comfortable life and only stress about money all the time.
Laser.
Oh.
Sorry.
I do want to try one of those. You know how nice it would be to not have to shave your legs anymore? I mean, that would be nice.
Just cut them off.
Cut off my legs?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Just-
Problem solved.
Have you ever seen Kids? There's a scene in Kids where there's like a guy on a skateboard in the subway. He's like, I have no legs. I have no legs.
I think you just alienated at least one person in our audience.
Were they in that movie?
They might have been.
Oh.
Anywho.
Well, they got paid good. I don't know.
Excuse me.
It's a movie.
Lieutenant Dan, you got legs.
They got titanium legs.
Oh.
I was scrolling past those last night because and on top of me trying to get my camera to work, the internet in the house went out.
Oh, that was fun.
I was not thrilled. So I just came downstairs. I was watching
Regular TV.
we've got an antenna just in case I want to watch football on Sundays if I'm home or not busy. And so I was flipping through watching stuff, and I don't like watching regular TV with commercials has got to be the most depressing activity on the face of the planet. I mean, that's worse than working in a nursing home.
Said the white man who lives in the first world country.
You know
Just
what?
saying.
Rude.
Spoiled.
Rude.
Spoiled.
You're rude.
You're rude.
So use some flex payments. But it's not about the payment. She doesn't want me to have it. She wants me to be miserable.
No, it's about the money. I don't want to spend the money.
All right, Jerry Maguire, show me the money.
Show me the money. Oh, it is Aquanet. They have.
I don't know if it's being discontinued or
I
not.
don't know if it's being discontinued, but it's not carried in Walmart anymore.
Walmart's not carrying it, and something the cashier at CVS says, she's like, I'm surprised we still have it. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's being discontinued. I mean, I could probably Google it.
So, okay, Aquanet is the type of hairspray that probably came out in the 60s, and it was probably all the rage for the beehives, etc. But it's kind of fallen out of fashion with the fact that I think it's possibly the only aerosol hairspray left. Possibly. I mean, I'm sure I could be wrong, but it's definitely still that old.
It says Meyer still carries it
Meyer still carries it. Well,
Yeah.
that's good.
in store.
Okay.
CVS Pharmacy, Meyer, Amazon wants too much. I'm trying to look up, is it being discontinued?
Is it discontinued, or is there only a shortage in
Let's see.
2023?
That's Final Net. I don't
That's
want
not
to.
the same thing. Anywho.
1961.
I told you 60s. 1961 is definitely for those beehives and victory roll. Well, victory rolls were a little bit earlier than that. Anywho, for all those fun hairstyles.
What's Gridwise?
Yeah, what is that? Hello.
Twinbrook Acres is in the house. I'm not that far behind.
You're a little behind.
You know what?
Oh, wow. What'd you
Superhero.
do?
We got a superhero in the house.
Right? I mean, I know that sounds maybe like, what'd you do? Like, you know.
My grandma, she would get up when I was a kid, and she would get ready for like 4 hours. She'd get up and smoke a bunch of cigarettes, drink her coffee, walk around in her bathrobe, and then she would sit down at her vanity and start putting her face on. And then she would spray her hair and curl it every day. And like, she used so much hairspray, the back of the door in the bathroom was sticky.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
I just remember her doing her hair. I didn't know her when you were young. I just remember her doing her hair and always complaining that no matter who cut her hair, it was always wrong.
Yeah, no one ever
Always
cut her.
wrong. They
Never
did it
cut her
wrong.
hair right?
Never.
That is awful.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're glad you made it through that. Dear Lord, that sounds like it must have been Major trauma. Oh. Yeah.
Well, we are caught up and we've been talking for an hour and 15 minutes. I need to try to get dinner cooked because I have a live stream at 9:30. So in
And
an
I'm
hour.
going to try on the new stuff that I bought myself from Goodwill and then go upstairs and add the rest of the stuff to my eBay collection.
One day, maybe we'll show some photos of what our eBay room looks like.
Oh, I mean, it's something.
Like if it ever fell over on you,
So,
like damn polar bear fell on me.
Here's the thing. There is thousands of dollars worth of merchandise in there.
Like $100,000.
There's a lot. But
it's not just like you couldn't just take it and have money.
No,
you'd have to take it and sell it. Yeah.
But I am only one person and there's a limit to what I can do to get it done. And so, Dustin helps by taking stuff to the post office and sometimes packing and shipping for me if I'm at work. But it's really a one-man operation and I'm too cheap to pay anybody else to help me. And I'm not going to pay for a service to do it, like online listing services and stuff, when I can do it myself.
And she enjoys it.
I do enjoy it. I enjoy the shopping. I enjoy finding things that are of value.
She likes the shopping and the selling, not the pictures, the listings, and the.
I don't mind the pictures. Listing can be tedious because it's just computer work. You just typing, measuring, typing.
If only you could just have AI do it for you and just type in what you have and then have them do the listing.
I don't trust that. But
you would just
I don't trust it. If I'm going to proofread it, I might as well just type it. But I was watching another lady who does eBay stuff and on YouTube, and I went and looked at her eBay store, and she has nothing for a description. Just all it says is as pictured. And so she just takes pictures of her items, obviously not clothing, but things with a tape measure in the photo. That's it. As pictured. That's her listing.
If you sell?
Yeah. This is her full-time job.
Well, probably if she's doing so many.
Right.
But she does clothing, so she's doing the listing, the chest, the height, the sleeve length, all these things.
Well, I usually do bust, waist, inseam length, total length, and then if there's anything in particular about it, if there's a dress with a slit up the side, I'll measure the length of the slit, kind of thing. But it's if people ask for other specifics, I'll give them that, but I'm not going to take the time to do it all. But it's always
well, just as soon as we go to end it, we've got there's one more thing. Because it's like you guys are company and we don't have company. We're kind of here by ourselves all the time. So when we get to talk, it's like
all that word vomit needs to come out somewhere. Plus, the weekend's over, so I've gotten out most of my stuff. Ooh, I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Tresemme.
I still remember their commercial. Tresemme, ooh la la. Anywho.
She can't remember all things that I asked her.
You're correct. I cannot remember what I did this morning. You are correct.
You got a swab.
I did get a swab. I'm glad you said that. I couldn't remember that.
And you had coffee and hung out with our little girl.
I did.
Then you were gone when she left, and she was sad.
I know.
She's like, tell Mom I made her a bracelet.
Well, I feel terrible that I want to go do stuff that, is not the best to have a toddler around, because she just wants to hang out with me all the time, which is so much fun. But then my days off, I don't get me time.
That's like me trying to get out of here to go door dashing.
Yeah.
Or try to go work in my office
I don't get me time, and me time is spent at Goodwill, which is hard to get when there's a toddler that always wants your attention. And she loves the Goodwill, but all she wants to do is look at the toys. And once she's done with her 10 minutes of toy time, she wants to leave.
Yeah, she doesn't have a lot of patience.
She wants me to leave her in the toy section so she can play with everything there. And that's never going to happen.
No.
So, anywho, all right. Midwestern goodbye is completed.
Well. All right. It's time to go.
Yeah.
You know what?
Right.
Thank you all so very much
Yes.
for being here with us, spending your precious time with us. Jackie said, "Will."
Thanks for putting up with us.
Yes.
Um,
Looking at her face, looking at
Looking at
my face, talking with us, chatting with us. We're so very thankful you're here. And with that,
we'll see you next Tuesday.
we'll see you next Tuesday.